Hey everyone, good evening. This is Bruce McElhaney. I'm coming to you from the Team NEOS Team Boss Hangout tonight. I know you're thinking, okay, where is everybody? And they're going to be, a few of them will be on here tonight. There's only going to be a couple of us. We're going to make this a short and sweet hangout tonight, but we're going to try to make it informative. And I'll talk a little bit about what what's going on today. Obviously, this is a magic day here in DSD world, is in reference to the automation kicking off tonight at midnight. And so, if you haven't already done so, and you want to jump on board, excuse me, with the IDP, the Instant Domination Pack. You can, certainly do that yet by simply going to your back office and taking advantage of that. If you can either do that monthly or annually, and if you actually were at the Dallas event, you can go to at checkout. You're actually going to get your ticket discounted from your total cost of whether you do this annually. Now, today is the last day for you to be able to take care of the or take advantage of the annual IDP program. But you can actually get on board with the monthly IDP program at any time. I see my brother, the shipping samurai, is just popping onto the screen. So welcome aboard. I know Nikki, the FBA Ninja, they just jumped in or walked into their house just minutes ago from a trip that they took. So they'll be jumping on here shortly. Parrish and Nikki both are going to jump on and talk a little bit. So we'll get with that. Let me kind of share with you a little bit about the IDP, the Instant Domination Pack, and a little bit about what that's about. What you're going to receive for that is, and again, you have the option of doing annually or monthly. You'll receive Pro, Elite, Supremacy, and Affiliate, and then there's also some IDP co-ops and the Vendor Surge program as well. So certainly want to go to your back office. A lot of exciting stuff, that's going to be going on, back there. There's new training, there's new tools. You can, find out your stats as far as your affiliate stats. There's new affiliate training, et cetera, et cetera. So, like I said, you have until midnight Pacific Standard Time to actually go on there and take, which is about 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, to take advantage of this the annual program, minus your discount if you were at the Dallas event. If you were not at the Dallas event, you can actually still purchase that event. Either I believe it was $299, if I'm not mistaken, until midnight tonight, and you can actually have that discounted off your total package of the IDP program. So there's various different ways that you can do that. So good stuff. There's so many different avenues. And well, let me talk just briefly in reference to the merge of, and I know we'll talk about this, I'm sure, here in a few minutes again, but Team NEOS and Boss, excuse me. Let me take a shot of water here. You have to excuse me for just a moment. Team NEOS and the Boss Squad have merged, which is so exciting because I've been following Boss and a lot of the things that that they've done over a quite a period of time, which is extremely exciting, and there's a lot of good stuff there. So you'll be able to, if you're a member of Team NEOS, you'll actually be able to log on and get signed up, registered on the Boss Squad website as well. If you don't know how to do that, simply drop a message to one of your admins. There's information in the Team NEOS room as well, and there's some awesome information on the Boss Squad website. And I've been following their progress for it's been a long time. So it's exciting times in reference to that. If you're looking at ways to to grow your business, there's various different ways. There's not a lot of new automation coming up. I had a lot of fun today. You can be as creative as you want to. I spent my afternoon. Let me tell you a little bit about what I did over the weekend. We have actually 2 housefuls of family here from the UK, and Deborah and I, my wife Deborah, most of you know her from the Hangout here. We actually went out to a restaurant for some food and adult beverages this past weekend. Had a little fun with our crazy Brit family, and from her side of the family. And we went out and had a good time and chit-chatted. And we went to this one restaurant. There just happened to be a basketball game going on. So it was packed to the walls with people. We couldn't even get in there. So we went down to this other restaurant. And everything happens for a reason. And I happened to walk in. We were sitting down, and this gentleman walks out. He happened to be the manager. And lo and behold, he's an old friend of mine that didn't work there. Last time I saw him, he worked as a gunsmith in a gun shop, and with my conventional business, anyway, that's where I knew him from probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so anyway, got talking with him that night. He sat down, we talked a little bit, and we chit-chatted a little bit, and he was telling me how tough that job was, and he actually was talking and telling me the story how he was working 90 hours a week, and he told me what he was making, and it was pretty crazy. He's got a wife at home that has some health complications. He's got 2 kids, basically doesn't see his family, etc. And so anyway, we talked. I gave him a business card. He called me this morning, said, "Hey, can you meet today?" I said, "Absolutely, let's do it." We sat down at another restaurant where we could just sit and chat. We did that today, and the next thing we know, after we got done talking about Pro and Elite and the IDP and all the automation stuff coming up, and talked with him about Genesis, he said, "You know what?" He said, "I think I know what I want to do." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "I love this idea of selling on Amazon." He said, "I've done it in the past." And he said, that's such a bigger market, et cetera. He already had a lot of knowledge. And so it was pretty cool because he had a lot of, just had a lot of passion and stuff. And he was just seriously looking for opportunity. And every bit of information I gave him, you could tell he was just sponging it up. It was really, it was really invigorating, actually, because when you talk to an audience that really wants to be there and really wants to listen, and he was right with me on every step of the way. So we left there, and he was like, "Well, I don't know if my wife will go for this," and he said, "But I'll find a way," And obviously, if you're married, we sold our wives on ourselves, so normally we can we can pretty much sell the ideas of most things. They might think we're crazy, but oh well, we can have fun with it. So anyway, we ended up. He says, "Hey, I know a place it's a wholesale warehouse that's going out of business. Can we go by there?" And I said, "Sure, let's do it." So we ended up down at this wholesale warehouse, and it was hot. I mean, it was hot. Texas heat is crazy. This time of the year, it's very hot as well. And so anyway, we ended up down at this wholesale warehouse, walking around. I felt like one of those pickers on TV, And a lot of it was antique stuff and variety, Well, we ended up walking in. We found all kinds of stuff that was new in the package. Cell phone accessories. We found these plastic flower pots that look like ceramic. We found, oh god, all I mean, just we even found portable commode buckets with lids. I mean, brand new stuff. All kinds of stuff in the packages. We found, these little screw-on electrical caps that electricians use, bags and bags and bags of them. Little pocket knives, cases and cases of pocket knives. And, we got all done, kind of had it all gathered together, what we wanted, what we didn't want, and they had it all sitting on this pallet. And this gentleman walks in or walks out and he looks and says, is this what you guys are, what you're interested in? And I said, yeah, what kind of price? Let's work something out. And he said, well, I'll take, and he kind of thought for a second. He looked at it and he said, I'll take $30 for the entire pallet. $30. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, we had just unbelievable amount of inventory that was sitting on this pallet. Just stuff and more stuff. And he's still got more in this warehouse. And so it was just a matter of knowing where to go and being creative. And out of that I'm estimating, obviously, but running that same inventory, brand new stuff in the box, okay, putting it in there, it's probably going to be right in the area of somewhere between $800 to $1,000 in profit. $800 to $1,000 in profit in about 2.5 hours. Got a little warm, but a $30 investment to make $800 or $850, 900,000, whatever it turns out to be. But wow, what a day! What a day! So, guys, ladies, the opportunities are out there. They're all around us. He showed me this entire road that was just miles and miles and miles of these types of places. And I had never been there. Okay, right 30 minutes from my house, and I'm like, oh, Shangri-La. It's like, blessings that are just opening up all around us, and wow, pretty cool. So anyway, it's certainly certainly fun times. And what I'm going to do now, excuse me, is I'm going to go to the Team NEOS page, and I don't want to just sit here and ramble by myself, obviously. But I'm going to go to
we're back now.
There she is. I was just going to the Team NEOS page to post in there, see if anybody had any questions that I might be able to answer. But we're glad you're back. Look at that beautiful face.
With my hair down now.
Oh, that's the country. That's the country. So I'm gonna let you take it away, Nikki. I'm sure everybody's, I told them a little bit about my afternoon odyssey, and a little bit about doing some scouring of some warehouses and making a $800 to $1,000 off a $30 investment. So
I love that.
Told them a little bit about IDP, about the deadline, 12 o'clock deadline. That's Pacific time, by the way. So wherever you want to go from here, let's do it.
Cool. Well, yeah, I heard you. We've been here. Parrish and I have been here. I've just had the camera off and we're running around. We literally just walked in the house right before we pressed the go live button. So yeah, I mean, we can multitask. We get things done, so it's all right. But yeah, I was listening to your the way that your weekend went and today, and that's some of the good stuff about what goes on in the company is that you get to interact with people, and based on your interactions and what that person's situation is. I mean, there's so many different ways that this company can actually benefit them. So like you were saying, how the guy you were talking to pretty much knew about Amazon already. And I mean, you really didn't need to coerce him or convince him to try to join the company. A lot of this stuff is it's self-explanatory. For people who kind of just like the way that I came to the business and then Parrish came into the business was basically we saw the video, the 7-minute video, and it just clicks. It just absolutely clicks for some people because how the online e-commerce world works. I mean, for us, being overseas, I'm an accountant by trade, or I was an accountant by trade. I'm an e-commerce master now. But before I was an accountant, and I had the company credit card, and that's what we would do whenever somebody needed something overseas. We would normally just go straight to Amazon.com, make the purchase, get it shipped over to the APO, and call it a day. So I mean, when I saw this whole DSD model and someone telling me that we could actually make money selling on Amazon or selling items from Amazon onto eBay, like you learn in Pro, I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer for a lot of people. So we've actually got a lot of happy DSDers, running around, not just the U.S., but we're international. We've got a massive UK team. I mean, just today alone, I think every Monday we have Spanish pro training. The entire training, the webinar and everything is in Spanish. I mean, there's so many positive things going on in the company that just can reach out so far across the board. So, like Bruce was talking about the IDP rollout, that is something so major that's going on right now. So if there's anybody out there that is not part of DS Domination, I mean, here is your perfect opportunity. We'll always tell you, hey, your results may vary. We can never tell you what you're going to make, how much you're going to make, any of that stuff. We can show you screenshots. We can show you our screenshots, everybody else, because there's an immense amount of screenshots out there and live accounts that you can see for, just informational type purposes. But the reason that you'll never have somebody tell you what it is that you're going to make is because we don't know what your work ethic is. We don't know what you're going to do with this awesome opportunity that's right in front of you, So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, it's just endless. Look, I get so excited because this company has really ultimately changed our lives and changed so many of our family members' lives, friends, people that we didn't even know before this company. I mean, it's just a really tight-knit community. Everybody is there to help each other out. Parrish, are you on? Are you unmuted?
Okay, I'm unmuted now.
All right. So,
Hey, how's everybody doing?
What is your what's your opinion on the overall company, the direction that we're going to, and give us some of your insight.
Well, as far as the company's concerned, man, this has absolutely been a lifesaver for myself and Nikki. I know we always talk about what we did before this, where we came from, but I can only tell you that it's literally a lifesaver for us because where we were in Baghdad, Iraq, in a war zone, and in that war zone, I mean, people died. A lot of my friends died, people that were close to me. Nikki's lost some people as well, and to make my job even worse is I was assigned to diplomatic security. And what that means is I did diplomatic security for everybody important that has ever gone into Baghdad to say that they've been to Baghdad and wanted to be driven around the most dangerous city in the world during that time frame. And my team was responsible for keeping them safe. So I had between 15 and 17 on a good day of operators that were under my employ, and then I also had three to four passengers or Congress personnel or Department of State personnel or government officials would be the easiest way to do it that we had to protect. So it's a big responsibility, and literally we were there to take bullets for them, to make sure that if shots were fired, if anything was blown up, we were a human shield, and that was our job. And I trained people to do that. So DSD coming along took us out of that whole environment. I no longer have to put my life on the line. I no longer have to worry about Nikki's life being on the line. I no longer have to worry about things that we miss, family gatherings and things like that. And it's just incredible. It's just really incredible what we're able to enjoy right now. Like, for instance, going away on a 4-day weekend. Just decide to pick up and go out to the lake and out to the river and just hang out with some local friends. It's just awesome. You know, just that freedom, just that power to be able to just get up and go when you want to go. And that's what DSD has done for us. It's empowered us to be in control. You know, really, literally, be in control. We go where we want, when we want, stay as long as we want, and we do what we want. You know, and pays pretty well too. So we're not hurting, not hurting at all. So I don't know, Nick. Is that pretty much what you wanted people to know from my side, or you want me to
No, I mean
elaborate on?
that's it. I mean, I like one of the good things I like about having Parrish on these hangouts is that people get to see. I don't want to say the yin and yang because I don't think that we're that totally different, but I mean, you get to see a
Yeah, we
couple.
are.
You get to see how a couple in the business can actually interact with each other and the different perspectives and point of views from both sides of the same house, basically. What's enticing toward from the male perspective or the female perspective or the wife or the husband, that type of thing. So we actually do work the business together as a couple. Bruce is on here by himself right now, but I know he's got the strongest supporter. Oh, okay. He's
And
got
that's
Millie.
not, and that's one of the strongest supporters, but not the one we're talking about.
Yes, he's got his wife Deborah, of course, like he mentioned earlier. So they do this as a team as well. So if you've got anybody at home, significant other, spouse, partner, anything, a kid, neighbor, whatever, your mother, that can help out in the business as well. That always makes things, makes things fun, makes things interesting and stuff. So I mean, they may see things from a different perspective than you may see it. But I mean, I think we've talked enough about the business itself. We all know that's an awesome opportunity.
Awesome.
Whoever invited you to this particular hangout, by all means, there are two buttons directly underneath this video. One says Pro, one says Genesis. So whichever one you're feeling like going after, or better yet, you can always click on them both. Okay. But if you need any other information or you want any other information, of course, go back to the person that invited you to this hangout. You can also type any questions you may have in the chat box as well. And I mean, we're a very open group. Like Bruce said, this is Team NEOS, and also we've merged with Boss Squad. So I mean, there's just an enormous amount of information and support out there for you guys. We have a team group on Facebook. We've got almost 2,000 members in there, and it's growing daily. It's crazy how fast it's growing. Bruce has Zoe up there too. So Bruce has the whole crew up there right now.
I always have my helpers with me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Millie can pack a mean box. But we do have an immense amount of support and help out there for you. So whether you're starting at Pro, selling, Amazon onto eBay, or if you're all the way up at Genesis, we've got the support structure out there for you. The company, once again, the company itself, we have corporate groups for all of these different levels. And I mean, the support out there, I mean, is second to none. So the same people that are going to be training you in all of your training modules, you can actually interact with them on a daily basis, in these different groups. It's really, really a remarkable structure that we have in this particular company. Okay, so what I want to talk about right now, and kind of just the gist of this hangout, is we want you all to know about Q4. Okay, if you're not a seller on eBay or Amazon just yet, then Q4, you may be thinking of, the fourth quarter of a football game or a basketball game. And hey, that's all well and fine, but from an e-commerce perspective, the Q4 is like standing underneath a waterfall of cha-chings, okay? It just goes absolutely bonkers. And while we wanted to talk about it so early right now, it's mid-June. But guess what? The rest of the year is going to go by so quickly, and you guys are actually in an awesome spot. I'm beating on the bed right now, so I don't know if you see my computer like thumping, but I get so excited and pumped about this, is that you guys are in an awesome spot right now. Time-wise, within the year, you'll be new if you're joining now, or if you're a pro member and you're thinking about upgrading to, say, Monopoly or Genesis. There's plenty of time in this year to attack Q4. Q4 starts October, November, December, so that's our Q4. you can actually start to prep for it now, okay? We're actually prepping for quarter four now. I mean, we've been prepping for quarter four since last quarter four. But, I mean, Bruce, tell me what are your impressions as of right now for quarter four and what it means to you and your business. What did you see? Because you actually experienced quarter four last year. And, I mean, kind of tell us the difference between, you know, your regular sales and then when quarter four kind of switched in.
Well, I mean, quarter four is incredible because they're, especially if you're on Amazon. I mean, eBay's awesome too. Both are, you know, both markets are incredible. Quarter four, you're gearing up to, you know, one of the biggest times in e-commerce every single year, and that's, you know, Christmas time. It doesn't matter. I mean, I own a conventional business as well, and we're already making plans. I mean, if I can, you know, share with you, you know, this is not a sales pitch for my conventional business, but I sell exotic jerky, okay? Nothing, no rocket science there, okay? But this time of the year, I mean, every holiday has its, you know, or seasons have its, you know, its special times about them. And this is one thing that I learned from Nikki and Parrish a long time ago, probably about 2 months before Halloween last year when they came up here to the Dallas area and made a trip up here out of the goodness of their hearts. And they came up and taught us just a few really key things. And these carried over not only to what we do when we go out and source items in person, but online and how we plan our business. And you know, right now I'm looking at things like, you know, Q4, like Christmas, okay? I'm looking at Labor Day. I'm looking at back-to-school items, you know, putting bundles together and putting them on eBay and Amazon for back-to-school items. I mean, just incredible things. Halloween, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, so always be planning. One of probably the biggest things that I learned from them is watch what the big box retailers are doing. In December, they're already planning on spring and summer for the following year. So if in December at Christmas time you see swimming suits, swimming pools, and barbecue grills, start thinking the same way, because literally what they're doing is they're doing the market research. They definitely spend millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. They know how the game works. Okay, they know how buyers buy. They know, you know, everything about how, you know, how we spend our money. And so, you know, why not get free tutoring, if you want to call it that, by just simply going into retail stores and watching them. And, you know, this is the time right now, just like I was doing today, you know, sourcing items. One of the things, I won't tell you where this is at or who it is, but I actually got a huge lead from this guy's been the guy that owned the warehouse that we were at today. Actually gave me a tip. He said, how much would a tip be worth to you, a contact, where they do factory closeouts, and you can get anywhere from one item up to truckloads of inventory to market in your business. I was like, well, we can, and this is even before we got the huge, you know, $800 to $1,000 in profit for $30, okay? And he literally went on his computer and printed this out for me. Again, I'm not going to show you where it's at or who it is, but he gave me one place, okay? Well, that piece of paper right there could literally be millions upon millions of dollars. You know, we could scale our businesses up in a huge way. And it's, you know, there's so many. We're just swimming in money, guys and ladies. And so it's a matter of starting now and shifting your mindset to the fact that the big box retailers are already thinking about, if you watch them closely, they're already adding, you know, toys for Christmas into their inventory. They're buying warehouses full of stuff. Now, can you buy as like they do? No, probably not. You may be able to, you know, you may not. But even if you can buy a little bit, say each week, and even if you sell that right now and you take those profits and you reinvest and you scale up and you scale up and you scale up and you start, you know, doing some importing and branding, and there's so many directions that you can go in, or you know, and you literally, whether it be eBay or whether it be Amazon, you literally could make, you know, whatever you want to make. I mean, you know, in my other business, my conventional business, we do somewhere between $60,000 and $100,000 in sales between the middle of November and the end of December, actually into January. And just because January 1st rolls around doesn't mean that money stops rolling. It does. It just keeps going. So we just have to be prepared for it. And so what I'm saying is start thinking about, you know, those future seasons, those future holidays, a couple months out, 2, 3, 4 months out, and that will, you know, that tip that, you know, like I said, comes from Nikki and Parrish, you know, through me, could literally make you a fortune, could make you a millionaire if you really play your cards right. So, if Nikki, Parrish, if you guys want to jump in here, you know, feel free to do that. I know you're probably sitting there on the sidelines, so, but you know, definitely, if you plan out your business. If you have $100, okay, if you have $100 and that's all you have to invest in inventory, and you have an eBay account, an Amazon account, whatever the case may be, and right now all you can do is go to Dollar Tree and buy, and you can make a fortune from Dollar Tree. I know that Parrish will vouch for that, you know, you literally can. You can buy up items. You can bundle them together. There's a million different ways. You can sell them as single items. You can bundle them for more perceived value, and you literally could put just tons of money in your pocket. Now, my recommendation, because you want to scale up between now and the holiday seasons, fourth quarter, so that you're prepared for that huge rush at the end of the year, is don't spend those profits. Okay, don't pay a light bill. I'm not saying don't pay your light bill, but you know what I'm saying is reinvest back in your business. Buy more inventory. Don't go out for, you know, for a steak dinner and a new pair of shoes, because if you do, think of how much money you're losing versus what, you know, if you spend it, it's gone. But you reinvest it later on down the road with delayed gratification, you'll be able to buy any pair of shoes, any whatever you want, you know, and you know, do anything that you want to, have your time and your money freedom, if you play your cards right. But if you spend your seed, if you know, if you get that little bit of profit in, and now all of a sudden instead of having 100, you have 200 or 300 or 400, and you go out and spend that and have a good time with it, it's gone. And then you got to try to come up with it again. But if you do it right and you reinvest, it literally can set you free in a very short period of time. And there's a lot of examples of people, you know, through this business, through this industry, that have gone from literally zero or probably below zero to, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in not only, you know, sales volume, but also dollars in their pockets, income. Okay, and you can change your tax bracket. And to a lot of people, that's a bad word. I'd rather pay more taxes because I know that there's more money in the pocket and more that we can do things with. And you can change your zip code. I mean, we were able to buy a new home about, you know, 5-7 minutes from a beautiful lake here. We actually went down over the weekend and talked with the guy at the marina. Now, we weren't even technically supposed to be down there because the marina is flooded, but they built this walkway built on, it's all it was plywood 2x4s and these big styrofoam blocks. We had to walk probably 3 or 4 city blocks, basically. Talk about getting your sea legs quick. It was pretty wild. But anyway, we walked out there, and they told us, they said, look, if you don't have a boat and you don't want to necessarily buy a boat, you don't have to. We have $400,000 worth of brand new inventory of boats, jet skis, speed boats, pontoons, whatever. And, you know, and there's literally a couple of $1 million that they already had in their inventory. You can go down there if you like the water. You literally could sign a year contract if you like it that much, and use any of their couple $1 million worth of boats, jet skis, whatever. Go out and have a ball for $250 a month. Okay. Well, you can make $250 a month and like that. Okay. I mean, because today we probably made 3 months of that. You know, at least, if not 4, in an afternoon. So if you like to do stuff like that, and you're working paycheck to paycheck, or you have another business that you don't have time freedom, you know, take a serious look at what we're doing, because that, I'm just saying, that may not even entice you, it might not excite you, but if it does, there's opportunities out there, and you definitely just grab those opportunities and run with them, because you can live the life. You can take off like Parrish and Nikki did, and spend, you know, 3 or 4 days out in the middle of nowhere with no cell signal, you know, not having to be chained to a computer and a telephone and a boss and a time clock. Okay. And you can come and go as you want to. You know, I've had family here. We have 2 housefuls of people, like I said, you know, family from here, from England, and you know, they're going to be here for 3 weeks, and one of them is actually staying for 3 months. So it's pretty crazy, you know, and it's like every day is, let's go here, let's go there, let's go sightseeing, let's go to this event, let's go play on the slick track. We were like 3 of us guys took off a couple of days ago and went and played on the slick track in the go-karts, and that was fun, you know. Three grown guys out there with a bunch of little kids in these go-karts. It was pretty fun. It was pretty crazy. So if you want to do those things, you know, lock on to the people that have the knowledge, and they'll, you know, they and I will teach you what, you know, if you, I always tell people this, and I'm going to quit talking after this, but when somebody asks me, will you help me? My response to that is, I will work as hard for you as you work for you. Because if they prove to me that they're open, they're a sponge for knowledge, they will put that to action, I'll bend over backwards to help anybody as long as they help themselves. But when they prove to me that they won't do for themselves, I will not do it for them. Okay? I will help anybody, but I won't do it for you. Yes. So with that, I'm very open to help. So, Parrish, you got something to say? Go right ahead, brother. It's yours.
Hey, buddy. Thanks. And as you guys can tell, Bruce passed on some really great knowledge to you guys, and it all fits into the Q4 that Nikki was talking about, and Bruce mentioned as well, how important Q4 is and why now is a great time to get in. With all the, I guess the summer holidays coming up, and then you also have the fall holidays coming up. I mean, before you know it, 4th of July will be here. You know, then you have the pre-Q4, what I call the rev up. You got Halloween coming up. I mean, Halloween is tremendous. You want to cash in on Halloween, and you can't cash in on Halloween unless you're there. You know, because you can go to dollar store and you can literally make a killing off of things that you see kids carrying around at Halloween all the time. That's not even to mention candy. Just imagine if you have your inventory out there waiting for somebody to start buying before the Halloween rush really hits. Okay? But see, now's the time you want to start planning for that. You want to start prepping, getting your business ready to really launch. You want to be that jet on that flight pad waiting for that go signal so that they can take off and take you to whatever destination you want. And the destination that we're talking about is destination business going through the roof. Okay, that's what you want. You want your business to literally skyrocket off that launch pad right now. So you want to start getting ready for that Q4, because before you know it, it's going to be upon us. And that's just October. Okay. Thanksgiving is big, Okay, we know how big Christmas is and New Year's and that time period there. You know what? I just can't even begin to tell you how important that time period is quarter four and getting ready and being in position for quarter four. And the only way you can benefit with that is to get back with that person that invited you to this hangout. Click those two buttons, click one of those buttons, or like Nikki said, click them both. And, you know, there's plenty of help, there's plenty of support here to help you to get to help you to get your business really flying high. I mean, we have support in Dallas. Bruce has got an awesome team in Dallas, if there are people in Dallas. Okay, we have it in Houston. You know, we have it in Florida. We have them literally all over the place. Okay, we are a Houston team, a Houston-based team. But you know what? That's not just where our network is. You know, our network is all over. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you are. You're always plugged in and linked in because we have somebody where you need to be or where you are that can help you. And then we have these awesome hangouts where you got the best of the best, like Bruce, like Nikki, like myself, like some of the other leaders that are on the boss squad as well that just joined with us, and that teamed up with us, excuse me. And you know, it's just really a great place to be. It really is, you know. Worst thing you can do is to walk away from this hangout and have questions and then not go back and get them answered. That's really the worst thing you can possibly do. Okay? If there's something that was said that you don't quite know or you don't quite understand, or something that sounds too good to be true, don't just write it off, because I'm telling you now, Bruce is living the life, him and his wife. We're living a life. There are hundreds of other people, thousands of other people that are doing the exact same thing. Literally thousands, tens of thousands, okay, doing the same thing because they saw the importance of this company here, okay? And it's just awesome. It's an awesome company to work with. You know, the owners, they're great. They're touchable. They're reachable. They have fun. You know, they're just everyday people, you know, just trying to enrich the lives of everybody that they come in contact with. Same thing that we're trying to do, you know. Trust me, I can fill my day up with having fun with my wife and hanging out with my friends. I can fill my day up. I can fill my week up. I can fill my month up. I can fill my year up doing that. But instead, like Bruce, we all decided to take bits and pieces of that and to invite people into our world and show people how great our world really is, you know. So what I'll say is just join us. Come see what this is about, because this is the one thing you can always do. You can always stop. You know, you can always say, you know what, this isn't for me.
That's not going to happen.
But at least try it first. You got to try it first, you know. You got to be in the race before you can win it. Okay, well, I know that the ninja's on. Nikki is, so we'll let her put her 2 cents in now.
You know I like to run my mouth. Come on now.
Yeah, I saw you periscoping.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to throw some out there.
Well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I had to throw that Periscope out there a little bit. You know, and the reason why I do the Periscopes and stuff on the live Hangouts is because this is technically our Monday Hangouts, our prospecting Hangouts. They're for people who are interested in the business, who may not have an in just yet, or who may be kind of on the fence, which I don't know why you'd be on the fence. I mean, jump off the fence and press one of the buttons already underneath this video. Seriously, don't even think about it. Just press a button.
You know that, real quick. You know that adage, the grass is greener. The grass isn't greener on the other side. I'm here to tell you that the grass is real on this side over here. Okay, it's definitely real. The grass is real, and it's really green. It's on and over.
It's already fertilized, as you can tell. So
when you get here, you're not going to be disappointed.
That was bad. That's some fun boy coming out in me. I still got my boots on too.
But that's a good point. You know, you're not, when you join a company like this and you're joining a team like NEOS and Boss Squad, when you're joining a team that's got such immense knowledge and history and just experience doing this business, you're not just joining blindly. You know, you have people that can be there to answer your questions. You've got people who have pretty much been there, done that. Okay. I mean, like Parrish and I, for instance, I mean, we've sold thousands of items, okay, thousands and thousands of items. I mean, so there's really not a lot that we have not encountered just yet, you know. So I mean, we've gone from pro. We started pro back December 2013, made it all the way up to power seller by April 2014. Have never been a seller on Amazon. I mean, on eBay ever, 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 ever. You know, jump from there directly into selling on Amazon, and it just gone crazy from that point forward. And we want to let you know that if you're watching this Hangout, you've got no experience selling, so what? We didn't either.
Yeah.
Never had a job where we sold. The only thing I've ever sold has been Girl Scout cookies, and that was like for one year of my life, you know, where I actually sold the cookies. Oh wait, I'm lying. I sold chocolate when I was in high school for ROTC. Okay, those don't really count. Those don't really count because I mean a lot of times people buy that stuff because they're just pitying you or pitying you or they're satisfying their sweet tooth. Okay, but to have to actually go and sell stuff to people, I mean we've sold the most random tents, porta potties, like little, not the big house porta potties, but like camping potties. You know, people are selling toilet paper.
Those sell really well, by the way.
They're selling like oil to cook with. I mean, anything. Say it again.
Boxes of sand.
Boxes of sand, exactly. Boxes of sand. I mean, we've sold used shoes on eBay, okay? Stuff that, a pair of shoes that I could, for the life of me, I was getting ready to throw in the trash, and my mom put them on eBay, and somebody bought them. I mean, there was actually a bidding war going on back and forth for a pair of old shoes that I would have normally just thrown in the trash. So, I mean, what the company does is it makes you look at things in a different, you know, light. You know, stuff that you weren't even considering around your house that would even be, you know, be worth any value. Something that you'd probably put out at a garage sale and be willing to let it go for a quarter. Imagine putting that on eBay and letting it go for $25. And that's what you have here in front of you. You absolutely have that here in front of you. I just make sure that you all know that you are in the right time at the right place. It wasn't a coincidence that you are sitting here listening to us babble right now about this crazy awesome company. It's meant for you to hear. Don't do like I did, okay? Because when I first was introduced to the business, before I'd even got to the video, of the person that I actually joined, she actually sent me the link like, twice, 2 or 3 times. And, you know, I kind of ignored it the first couple of times. And I kind of wanted just to punch myself in the head when I finally did watch the video because I could have joined an entire month before, okay? And I just, you know, that just makes me so mad that I didn't, you know, take the time to actually look at it. So if you were invited to this Hangout and you have the perfect opportunity to continue and push forward with this business, then click the button below and get started. Okay, we're all waiting back here with open arms, well, virtual arms because we're not in the same spot. Okay, but we're all waiting back here with virtual arms to, you know, welcome you into the group, to welcome you onto the team, to welcome you into this awesome company. So, you know, don't procrastinate. Don't do what I did. Don't procrastinate. Okay? Don't procrastinate. Come on down to the bright side. You know, I'm not going to say come to the dark side. Come to the bright side because we are doing crazy awesome things out here. We are preparing our team for quarter 4, even though we're at the tail end of what? We're at the tail end of quarter 2? The beginning of quarter 3? Okay? Perfect opportunity. You've got plenty of time to get your little new boots off like Bruce has. Well, his boots aren't new, but hey, you've got plenty of time to get those boots worn in and ready to start kicking some tail for quarter 4. And I am beating on this bed because I'm excited and there's nobody in this room for me just to shake. Okay? I get excited about this company. I don't think I've ever really been excited about any other work. I don't think that I've ever been excited about work. But let me tell you, this company is work. This business is work. Okay? You will have to perform some work. Okay? Money is not going to just jump out of the computer and smack you in the face. I wish it would, but that's just not the world that we live in. You are going to have to put forth some effort. The level of effort that you put forth is going to equal the level of, you know, cha-chings that come back your direction. Okay? So if you sit on your tail, don't expect any cha-chings to happen. But if you start being proactive, you will start to see the benefits of your work, okay? So I'm going to leave it off at that. Bruce, Parrish, if you guys have anything extra to add, I'm going to sit here and stop beating on your neck.
Well, I don't want to get too serious, but I'm going to jump out here real fast. And just share with you a little bit in reference. If you're in a situation, okay, and fortunately, Nikki and Parrish work together as a team. My wife Deborah and I do. But the one thing that I will tell you is this: if you're in a situation where you have a spouse that really wants to jump on this and run with it, please, please, please don't be a chain that's going to hold them down. And I'm going to tell you why. I want to share with you why. I don't want to tell you anything, but I really want to and keep growing yourself. Grow your mindset and keep working on yourself. No matter what. But I will say this is that if you're in a situation, I know multiple people, to include myself, that have had the world by the tail in a job situation. Okay, and I know that. Nick and Parrish have a couple on their team that I won't name names, but the gentleman of the couple actually just lost his job recently, and he was an executive. Same thing happened with me years ago. I spent 25 years building a company, helped building a company, and one day got a letter in the mail that basically just said, we're going bankrupt. Okay, and I made a lot of money. I mean, I made a lot of money for them, and I made a lot of money for us. And I'm talking 6 figures times 3.5, okay? And I went from that to 0 in one day. It hurts, it stinks. At the time you think that your whole world's going to crash. And my thought process is on the corporate world is if somebody is signing the bottom of your paycheck, they can stop signing it at any time, okay? So you might be the most loyal employee and you think that you've got all the corporate perks and a company car and a company credit card and this and that and the other. But let me tell you, that's a carrot, and be careful of the carrot, okay? Because that string on the carrot can actually strangle you if you're not careful. Because that's what I had. I thought I had everything. We took cruises, we did this and that, and it was fun. We had a good time. Made a lot of money, walked around with a lot of cash in our pockets, had good times. But when that stopped, it's real hard to go from that type of a lifestyle, and try to rebuild that in a quick period of time when you don't know what direction to turn. Okay, do you make it through it? Obviously, you fight your way through it. But I'm just saying, please build something on the side that can overtake whatever that corporate career is, as far as in you, and you may never leave it. You may love it. We know a lady on this team that in this company that she made $400,000 last year. She still works a job because she loves what she's doing. But the day may come, just like my wife. My wife loves what she's doing, and she hasn't left yet. She still works a job. But she doesn't have to. And the cool part about it is when the day comes that she decides that, she wants to work like I do, and my commute goes from the bedroom to the coffee pot to my office, okay? And I look out the window and see everybody going to work and wave at them, and that's not nice, but that's, kind of how I look at things. And so, anyway, I'm just saying, build your stability for yourself, and build your own economy. So God forbid if anything like that were ever to happen, or something worse yet happens with your health, something like that happens, that you're not devastated. You don't lose your home, you don't lose your cars, you don't lose your 401k and all the other stuff that you've put together. You've got something to fall back on, and you may find out that you love it more than you love your corporate career, and you say, okay, I'm retiring at age 30 or whatever, okay? So anyway, that's all I've got to say, but, keep an open mind, and, jump on board and support your spouse. If you were drugged here by somebody else and you think we're crazy people, we've been elsewhere. We've all had jobs. So enough said, but yeah, yeah, we're not done on jobs, as Keisha would say. We're up on opportunity. So let's make it happen. And you can have your dog begging you to come on your lap again. So you can work with your dog on your lap.
Parrish, what do you have?
How do you follow something like that? Just bet it all, you know?
What, my dog?
Go find the dog. Go find the dog.
Get Embry. Get Killa.
No, Bruce said it the best. I'm sure Nikki will say it another way, which sounds even better, or will sound just as good. I'm just going to be plain and simple, and it's an awesome opportunity for us. It's changed our lives, and it can change yours if you give it a chance. Take it seriously.
Short and sweet. Nope, you hit it right on the nose. No, I mean, Bruce hit it. Parrish hit it easily. You know. I'm not gonna make it too long-winded. I mean, you guys can see our excitement. You see how hype we are about this, and we don't get hype about just random stuff. I mean, this company has changed our lives, like we said. I mean, we could have literally filled up the entire panel tonight, you know, with 10 other people that would tell you the same exact things that we're telling you. Everybody's going to have their own unique struggles. Everybody's going to have the different things that they've had or obstacles that they've had to jump over in their lives. I mean, nobody's struggle is any, you know, more difficult than the next person's. I mean, we just all have different ways that we handle it and different orders that our struggles come in. But it's not the struggles that you're encountering. It's how you're progressing through these obstacles and keeping your head above water, and not just keeping your head above water, but keeping your head up, period. You know, things are going to happen in your life. You know, everything that goes on, you know, we might be the cheeriest people out there, but I mean, that doesn't mean that everything that's going on is just, you know, peachy keen right now. I'm showing my southernness right now. But yeah, it doesn't mean that everything is going to be peachy keen and just perfect. It's about how you attack any obstacles that come in your way. It's about, I'm beating on the bed again. It's about, you know, your perseverance and you just continuing to move forward. And our team, the Team NEOS Boss Squad, I mean, we're here to support you. So if you're thinking that you're not going to get any support, you think you're going to be out there on your own, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your business. We really can't impact your business. Only you can. But we are there and as a support structure for each other. The company as a whole is here as a massive support structure. There's constant updates. If you've ever been introduced to DS Domination in the past, you'll, you know, be happy to know that we are in the DSD 2.0 era right now, and all of the training has been revamped. Every last piece of training. I mean, when I say every last piece of training, I mean everything. There's so much extra in there. The automation that was talked about earlier, SEO things to get your listings ranked. I mean, there's just co-ops. There's all kind of, I mean, we could sit here, and I'd say probably next week, we probably need to just sit there and take the entire next Monday and go over each individual product, because we could literally be here all day on just one of them. Okay, but there are so many great tools out there. It's such an awesome opportunity. If you're kind of on the fence about anything, jump your butt off of that fence and press one of these buttons. If you're having any issues, like I've told people in the past, run to your neighbor and press their button as well, okay? Because you will all benefit from this, all right? You will benefit from this entire environment. I'm going to leave it off at that. I cannot believe it that this is like the second week in a row that we are actually stopping at an hour, all right? So I think you guys have got some awesome opportunities. You've got some really great structure just right here in your face. Don't hesitate. Press the button. Don't do like we did and wait another month. Press it now. Get started. Q4 is just around the corner. School is out. You know, the summer will be over fairly soon, and the rest of the year is just going to fly by. I can't even believe it's middle of June already. I mean, it still feels like it was like December was like last week. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. And so, you know, take advantage of what's in front of you, the opportunities in front of you. If you did join today, congratulations. We will see you on the other side in the group. We'll welcome you, like I said, with virtual arms. Okay. And, you know, if there's any questions, reach back out to the person that actually invited you here. And, you know, like I said, hopefully you've pressed one of the green buttons. We'd love to have you join our team. And hey, have a great evening the rest of the week, and we will see you guys next Monday. Same NEOS time, same NEOS channel. So corny. That's okay. It's cool. All right. So I'm going to have everybody wave, and we are going to actually end this broadcast.